What happens if you don't turn on your headlights on a cloudy day in the U.S.?
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
All right.
Hello everyone. Today's case took place in Jacksonville, Florida on February 19, 2025. Officers from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office discovered an SUV without its headlights on. While on patrol, the driver of the vehicle was identified as William McNeil. The officers asked William to pull over for a routine check.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor.
Okay, buckle your seatbelt. There's nothing more to say, but the police still said the current situation is bad weather, and for safety reasons, headlights must be on. William disagreed with this point. The two parties couldn't reach an agreement. William directly closed the door. He requested that the reporting officer's supervisor come to handle the matter to prevent the other party from fleeing. The reporting officer began calling for backup. He also escalated William's charges from a violation to a crime.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Your body camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be.
Deputy Sheriff Miller, who was on duty nearby, arrived. He is experienced and immediately sealed off the route. However, at this point, the sheriff still felt it was unsafe. He returned to the reporting officer's car and sealed off the rear as well. Only then did he feel at ease.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
After the reporting officer warned 7 times with no response, Deputy Mitchell prepared to personally communicate with William.
Can you unlock the door and step out? I will. Can you step out?
Because you don't even know the whole situation.
You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
Seeing that the other party's attitude was mild, William also began to communicate with the officer. He turned on his phone to record the conversation.
Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess talked to you?
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
Okay.
there's multiple people headlights on.
Okay,
First
that's
of all.
still a legitimate
and
reason
then
to pull
there's
somebody
and
over.
then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law
Yeah.
up?
When you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Little William's demands are very clear. He just wants to know what mistake he made. It's just because of his color. Get out of the car casually. It might just be a fate of an empty magazine. At this moment, more police forces arrive on the scene. Surrounding officers see that Little William is still hesitating. They directly decide to break the window.
Hey, I'm about to break the window. I'm about to break the window.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
The surrounding officers have been holding their breath for a long time. This is breaking the window. Suddenly, they give Little William a big shove. However, even so, Little William remains calm. Those who often watch Da Peng's videos understand how valuable this slap is. Little William has already begun to calculate what car he will switch to next.
Vehicle! Show me your hands!
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't.
Get on the ground.
William was pulled out of the car. A group of police rushed in to beat William.
少林寺18铜人！ Put your hands on! Hey,
Resist! Hands behind your back!
Officer Powell forcefully pushed William's head to the ground. Officer Miller pounded on William's backside. In this way, William was pinned down by 4 big men. He could only give up resisting. At this point, the officers finally completed the arrest of William. They began to search him.
Lift 1033, one in custody.
Stop. Lean up. You're under arrest. Yes, bro. Yes.
You look on the floor like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
Goodness, even the search is so violent. Then Officer Bourbon called for emergency medical support, but not for William. It was for himself, because he broke the window in a hurry and didn't wear gloves. He had many scratches on his arms. Meanwhile, other officers took William to the police car and brought him back to the police station. Afterwards, according to the police investigation report, we learned that the officers found less than 20 grams of American herb and a small knife in Little William's car. According to Officer Powell's report, Little William had attempted to reach for the knife, which is why he used force. Additionally, the officers also found that Little William's driver's license had expired. This meant that at the time, Little William was driving without a license. In the end, Little William was charged with illegal possession of prohibited items, resisting arrest, driving without a license, and several other charges. The next day, he pleaded guilty to the charges of driving without a license and possession of prohibited items and was released on bail by his family. Subsequently, Little William hired the famous American civil rights lawyer Ben Crump to sue the Jacksonville Police Department and all law enforcement officers, accusing them of violent law enforcement and seeking $10 million in damages. Ben Crump released a video of Little William being violently enforced on social media, which instantly caused a stir across the U.S. A large number of people took to the streets to support Little William, accusing the police of being racist warriors and executioners with legal licenses to kill. At the subsequent press conference, Crump stated that Little William is a sophomore at a local Christian college and a musician in the church band. He is humble and gentle, the joy of his family, and a good kid in the eyes of his teachers. When he plays church songs, he is always so devout. However, such a child with a heart of gold has suffered severe violent enforcement. He cooperated throughout the process, never attempting to reach for any weapon. In the end, he was beaten by the police to the point of a concussion with broken front teeth and severe traumatic. The police must pay the price for this incident. Due to the significant impact of the incident, the Jacksonville Police Department immediately released the enforcement video and the investigation report. They stated that Little William was not wearing a seatbelt and attempted to reach for a counterattack, and the officers had no choice but to use force. Upon investigation, all the officers' actions were compliant. However, netizens were not convinced because the entire enforcement video did not show that knife. And according to the investigation report, one officer turned off the body camera during the process. It is certain that the police are hiding something. In response, Police Chief TK Words explained this. It's been a lot, probably a little bit longer than you have. Haven't had any of these issues. You know why? Because if I was ever stopped by the priests,
Been alive probably a little bit longer than you have. Haven't had any of these issues. You know why? Because if I was ever stopped by the police, which I was when I was a young man, and they asked me to do something, I did it. It's simple.
Director Waters' explanation is clearly unconvincing. Therefore, the Jacksonville Police announced a temporary suspension of all law enforcement officers' powers, waiting for the results of the administrative review to assign names. So what do you think? Is the officers' conduct in this case reasonable? And how much will they ultimately compensate? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I will continue to follow these cases and report the latest results to everyone. See you next time.